That Olympic dream does weigh on you a little bit. I think it probably did less so last time. As far as I knew, I'd probably keep swimming, so it was like, oh, if I missed this time, I think I have, another chance next time. But, at this stage, I'm turning 26 this year, which means, next Olympic trials, I'd be 30, so I don't know whether I'll still be swimming by that stage. So I think it probably weighs on me a little bit more now in the fact that, I know this is probably my last crack at it, and I know from last time I got quite sick and was carrying in an injury, and had kind of got post-trial fatigue a few months before that. So I know you may not get the perfect run, and I know things might go a lot upside very quickly, but in saying that, I guess there is nothing you can do, and I am just throwing everything at it and hoping that it goes well. And certainly success is something for me where I feel like I need to give it my all, kind of thing. I almost feel like in the times where you get a PB or you swim well and you probably haven't done everything that you could, you almost don't feel successful because you're like, oh, I could have been even better, or I could have done even more. So I think for me, the idea of success, almost being successful in the training environment, is almost being able to say that, for the last year or last 2 years that I have put everything into it. And I think even if I get to Olympic trials and I do miss, I think if I have been quite obsessive about my training and, done everything I can still be like, well, it was a successful campaign. I know at the time if I miss, I'll certainly be like, oh, it wasn't successful. But I think, I can say that up to this point, and if the next 5 months I can do that, I still think, even if I miss 2 years down the track, I'll be able to go, you know what, I gave it absolutely everything. And at the end of the day, it is what it is, and I couldn't have done any more. Adam's been absolutely amazing. I think I made my first ever junior team with him in 2015. Had no idea I'd end up being in his squad. I've seen some pictures of us back there. We both look quite young. But yeah, I made the move to him late 2016. It's pretty much the best thing I've ever done. We gel really well. He's a physio, I'm a physio student, and I think we've got very similar mindsets. So I think we kind of gel really well, and I think that relationship just kind of blossomed more and more over the last few years, and I'd just like to be remembered as someone who just kind of gave it their all. I think my career, if people can just go, he was a resilient athlete, and he turned up and put in his best effort every single day and was hardworking, and I think I would be very happy if that's how I was remembered as an athlete, because I think they're just values that I really admire. I think perfect summary kind of thing is, that relay in, Fukuoka. I think for me that is kind of how I'd like to be remembered, as the guy who was just a good teammate. I know I'm never going to be the guy that's walking away with the 6 Olympic gold medals or anything like that, but I think if I can contribute as much as I can to the team, and especially on those relays, I love being in the relays, and I always feel great pride being able to stand up there next to all the guys, and I feel probably a little bit of pressure, getting up there and knowing that I have to compete for them. But, I think if at the end of the day everyone can be like, oh, he always put his best foot forward for Australia, that's a really good legacy that I'd like to leave.